Hello, my friends, and welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the NZ Nomad Runner podcast. I'm your host, Chris Lucas, head run coach at CMF Running, where we coach runners and athletes of all abilities to any surface, any distance races. Today, I've got a guest on the podcast. So, Charlotte, not here today. I've got a guest. I'm talking to one of my athletes who I recently coached to the H1, the Hardcore 100. It's a 100-mile race in the Philippines with 10,000 meters elevation. So I'm talking to Shela Bahian, and to make the story even more cooler, this was her first 100-miler. So I hope you enjoy the podcast. Thank you to all our one-on-one coached runners and our CMF Run Club members for your support. Without you guys, doing this sort of content would not be possible. So thank you, as always. Enjoy the podcast. Shela, great to have you on the podcast with me. You recently just got back to New Zealand after your first 100-miler race, the H1 100-miler, 10,000 meters of vert in the Philippines. And how
glad
long
to be
ago?
back.
Yeah, you're glad to be back. It was about 3 weeks ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so too. Because the race started May 1st. Yeah.
Ah, so it's a good few weeks ago.
I finished, was it May 3rd? The race started May 1st. I finished May 3rd.
Very cool. So I guess a good place to start is it's a pretty crazy 100-mile race to take on for your first 100-mile race. Normally, yeah. Normally, when I have runners I work with, they want to take on something like a little bit more runnable for their first 100-mile race. And so, what lured you to this race? Why the H1?
Oh, because since I learned about trail running in the Philippines and heard about H1, heard about it was the hardest trail race in the Philippines. It's like the grandfather of all trail running in the Philippines. You know what I mean? So I was like, that was really my dream race. And I wanted my first miler to be the hardcore 100. Yeah, so it's kind of an ambitious goal, really. But yeah,
That's so
that's
cool.
me. I tend to set high goals for myself. Yeah.
Yes, that's very true. I can attest to that. That is true. And I guess it has a bit more of special meaning because it's on your home soil, where you're from,
True.
your home country.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess talking about your lofty goals. So we started working together about 1 year ago, just over 1 year ago, I think.
Over a year.
Yeah, and I remember thinking after we had our first call, and you're like, "Yeah, I got this race. I'm doing this race. I got this one coming up. And I got this one coming up." And I'm like, "Whew, that's a lot of races." And at the time, you're like, "Oh, I get shin splints quite a bit. I'm getting shin splints."
Yeah, because when I was back in the Philippines, I was used to running almost every week. A week will be very boring for me if there was no race.
True.
It's just so crazy, right? So no wonder I always get those injuries.
Yeah. I think one of the things we started to look at was just in terms of your training. I guess we started to look at what types of races and when they were, and just I remember we skipped one or two races that was in your planning, just to allow that time to build up and stuff like that at the time. And getting that mix of training right, with the paces, what's your easy pace and all that. We started to work on all that sort of stuff. And
because I think if I remember it correctly, before I joined CMF, I think I joined around last week of February or early March, and then I had the Mount Oxford Odyssey coming up very, very soon, and then And then I just run the Tarawera 50K in the February, and I also run the Aotearoa 50K January. So
Yeah.
like it's crazy, like every month.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So, I guess winding the clock back a little bit, tell our listeners about just you and how long have you been running for, and just your sort of running story.
Oh yeah, I started running last 2022. So
Yeah,
that was almost 3 years ago now. Yeah, and then my first ever race really was a full marathon.
a full marathon.
I know, right? It was
Yeah,
crazy. And then that was a full road marathon. That's where I got my first injury, shin splint. After
yeah,
finishing, I got shin splints, yeah. And then yeah, my first trail run was the following month, July. Yeah, it was like 37 kilometers trail race, and then it just spiraled from there.
yeah.
Like I got pretty been into a lot of races from there on.
You got hooked.
I know, right? It was addicting, really. Like I love collecting medals. I love stepping into the finish line. It's so fulfilling for me.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what was the thing that made you do your first race and stuff? And what was it what took your interest in running to begin with, and compelled you to
Yeah,
sign up for your first race?
because before running, I've been like sort of a mountaineer.
Oh, yeah.
So we would like to climb mountains together with my friends back in the Philippines.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
then
know that.
and then we start, instead of camping up in the top of the mountain, we started doing some day hikes, just carrying light packs, and then we just started running down whenever it's runnable. So it was kind of a trail run already. So one friend of mine, I'm Sir Florence, like told us to, why don't you sign up for a race? Yeah. So but then I decided to do a road run first
Oh, yeah,
without
yeah.
really much training, apparently. So yeah, it was because I was so curious, how would people finish it? Like that was so long. Then how can people do that? So I'm a very curious person. So I tried it.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
something we all go through, eh? When you start to
Mm-hmm.
learn about ultra distances, when you first hear about it, you're like, what the heck? You mean you're doing like 50 Ks in one go? And, like, you're not
I
stopping?
know,
You're
like,
not having a.
and then when you're almost at the last few kilometers, when you're already all in pain, then I was like, oh, I would never do this again.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then when you cross the finish line and put on that medal, and then you were like, oh, that was nice actually.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you would
yeah.
think of the next one, the next
Can't wait
race
for the
to
next
go.
one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's,
always that kind of feeling.
that's
So
cool.
yeah, I
So
got hooked from there.
nice. How many
Yeah.
years were you guys doing like hiking for in the mountains and camping out and stuff?
Oh, just a little over a year, not that long even.
Okay. Ah, so you started having an interest in hiking, getting up into the mountains, and then
Yeah.
the sort of running
Well,
just sort of naturally progressed from there.
yeah. Well, ever since I was young, I'm still I've always been an active person. Really, I love the outdoors. Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Like even during the pandemic, I was hooked into shuffling. You know how you've seen my YouTube
Yes,
channel.
yes, I was going
Yeah,
to ask you about that.
I've been doing some shuffle dances because I just like moving, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even during my university days, I was so addicted going to the arcade after every class to dance the game where you have arrows and you step on it and dance
Oh, yeah.
in the arcade, the
Cool.
dance revo. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
I like doing stuff with my legs, with my feet.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah, so it was not a surprise if I've got into running.
Yeah, because I remember when we first met, and I think you said something about your shuffling, and you have a YouTube channel, eh? I'll put the link to it
I know.
if people can see. You've got, I think, wasn't it like 30,000 subscribers or something crazy?
Oh, I got almost 90,000 subscribers now.
That is
But
crazy.
I'm not. I know, but I'm not. I haven't been that active with shuffling nowadays because I'm been into running.
That's
And
funny,
I
eh?
stopped shuffling when I was training for the H1 for the hardcore. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm just so paranoid about getting additional impact because shuffling is more like a plyometric as well. There's a
Mm,
lot of jumping in it,
yes.
so I don't want to trigger some injury.
Yeah. And plyo is, yeah, it's like good and
Mm-hmm.
it can be not so good, isn't it? It's a tricky balance, especially with, something like what we were training for with 100
Yes,
mile
true.
mountain ultra. It's like,
Yeah,
there's an element of it's like balancing. The training load is
yeah,
already so high. Adding in something other activities like that, they start to add up and pile up.
true.
So, have you had thoughts of doing a YouTube channel for your running, like making another channel or anything like that, like just for fun,
Not
or
not
no?
not at the moment.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Keep it to the
Probably
shuffling.
if I'll be active in my YouTube channel, it's gonna be about still shuffling again.
Back into
Yeah,
the shuffling.
I could just manage running and shuffling together, probably.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it depends, like what time of the season it is, eh? Like if it's like
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like
some
an off
lighter
season.
off season, yeah, lighter
Yeah,
training, maybe some half marathon or 50K and under, and you can do both. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's so funny. All right, so better talk about your race. So I guess
Yeah.
before we talk about your actual race, tell me a little bit about the event or the course. What it's so it's ten
Mm.
thousand meters elevation. What is it? What do we got?
Oh, like the event is the venue is held around the Cordillera Mountains up in the northern part of the Philippines, and yeah, it's just a little. It's not even I don't know if it's a town, but yeah, it's just a very little place there, and like poor signal. Yeah, and well, yeah, the mountains there are really challenging.
Steep.
So it yeah, it was not, I think it was not difficult for the organizers to gather those 10,000 meters of elevation.
Funny.
Yeah, because like the town was surrounded by mountains. And we're like one of the third highest mountain in the Philippines is also located there. So yeah.
Ah, yeah, and that was part of
Mhm.
on the course on the race.
Yeah, part of it.
Ah, yeah,
We didn't go to the top, but we passed some parts of it. Yeah.
yeah, nice. And so, quite. What was the climate like? Quite warm, eh? Like
Oh
humid.
yeah, like during yeah, humid warm. Like we have a different kind of heat here during the summer, but
Yeah,
there it's like it's so humid, it feels sticky on your skin.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So it was really hot during the day because like the race started at 9:30 p.m., right? On May 1st. So
yeah.
we ran the whole night and then the following day it was so hot. It was so humid. Yeah, and then I had my challenge there, my GI problem when it happened when during that day, a very very hot day.
Oh, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, started on Friday night, 9:30 p.m. and you got through the first night. Not too bad. No problems.
Oh yeah, no problems. Not that I know of, but that's where the problem started. Well, because
Ah,
like I unknowingly I didn't know that that I ate a soup from the first aid station, so it was around 20K, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was like a kind of a whitish soup. So I didn't thought of like it has milk in it, so I didn't thought of that. I just grabbed it, I just accepted it because someone handed it to me,
yeah,
and ate it, drink it straight away.
yeah.
And went on my way. So and then there probably after a few hours of running it really steered my tummy. And
Yeah.
so at kilometer at kilometer 60 aid station, I vomited. I vomited twice. I threw up everything I ate. I was like, and then I could see my everything, every nutrition I ate was like really out from my system. Because like
Yes.
I vomited twice, and then I was like, oh, what should I do? What should I do? This is my first time really like, oh no, I don't even remember when's the last time I vomited in my life. Oh, there
Yes.
was one when I had too much alcohol to drink. but, but but yeah, that's it. I mean, I haven't had any GI issues really.
No.
And well, it's well, I call it a negligence on my part because like I didn't bring medicines for it because like I don't get it. You know, I don't get GI issues. So
Mm.
all my medicine with me was just Panadol, paracetamol, and loperamide for like loose bowel motion, which I also got.
Yeah, thanks to the
So
soup.
I vomited and had loose bowel motion in that aid station. Good thing my friends there with me gave me like a Cremeles to neutralize the acid, and then
Hmm.
omeprazole. I also
Hmm.
took my loperamide there, and yeah, then I realized, oh, I have to keep moving, even if
Yes.
I tried eating, but like my stomach just wouldn't accept it. But I still kept moving. I drink hot water there because like my friends told me to drink hot water. So I drink hot water before leaving the aid station, and then I went on my way. I was just alone because like my friends went on their way first. I told them, "Oh, I'll catch up with you guys." I told them, but I wasn't able to catch up because apparently I slowed down because it was painful. Like
Mm.
my tummy was painful. I cannot hold my running pulse because yeah, I found that if I press my tummy, the pain goes away.
Ah, yes.
So yeah, so I kept my running pulse away, and then I just pressed my tummy so I could run. Yeah, I kept pressing my upper belly here. And yeah, and that was almost in the midday in the scorching sun. It was so hot. No food for over 3 hours, doing descents and then climb. And then I even ran out of water, Chris.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because that's all I could take. Water, water. Then I
Ah,
was I yeah, and then I just prayed, oh, I hope this won't like, if you get too much water, you get your electrolyte balance,
yes.
So I passed by a stream, and then I'm not even sure if it was safe to drink, but yeah, I washed myself there. I wet my cap, my running cap, to cool down my head, and then I fetched some water. I fetch some water and then look inside my flask if it's like there's nothing floating in it. But it looks clean. So I was like, oh, I hope I don't get any more GI issues from this one.
Funny.
So yeah, I drank water from the stream. Well, apparently it went well. So, but
Yes.
yeah, I have to stop every now and then because like I'm starting to feel weak. Because like over 3 hours in the heat of the sun without food
And I
would
think before you were sick and before you vomited, you must have been feeling nauseous too for quite some time, right? And so probably
Oh,
even before you were
I was,
sick.
the urge to poo. I was holding it for like 5 kilometers. I was telling my friends, oh, where's the toilet? The toilet. It was so hard to run, and then you have to keep hold of yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, not
And you're
not
like,
to
where's
poo
the
in
aid
the side of
station?
the road. I know. So yeah, and then I put into the aid station, and also there was a hanging bridge. When I crossed the hanging bridge, like after that, at the end of the bridge, there were bushes there.
Oh, yeah,
Went to the
nice.
bushes and relieved of myself as well, because
Yeah.
like my tummy got stirred up again, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I managed to survive those 3 hours because I vomited in kilometer 60, right? And then the next aid station is at kilometer 74.
Hmm.
So I navigated those like 14 kilometers in over 3 hours without food, just water.
Mm,
So like I thought to myself, like I know I could still keep moving because I know I still have glycogen like stores in my body.
mm,
Good. So yeah, that I know that I have to eat something at the next aid station. So I really
mm.
tried my hardest to swallow. So yeah, rice with hot water worked well for me.
Yeah, so
Like a porridge thing.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you got to kilometer 74 and you're like, I haven't eaten for ages. I've got to do something. I've got to get some food
Hmm.
in.
Yeah.
And the rice, what was it? Rice and
Yeah, just your normal cooked steamed rice, yeah,
yeah.
with hot
Oh,
water.
okay. And that started
Yeah,
to
yeah,
settle things down, eh? Settle the stomach.
yeah.
Were you thinking when you were having the hard times, like in the dark place, nauseous, not getting any fuel on, was your head starting to, were you getting a lot of negative like messaging from your brain, like, oh my God, this is going to affect my
Oh
race. I'm
no,
not going to be able
no.
to carry on. No? Awesome.
No, I was so focused at finishing at getting to the next aid station and thinking that because my pacer would be waiting for me at kilometer 92, right?
Hmm.
So I thought to myself, I'll just get to my pacer. I know he could help me. So that was my like intermediate goal.
Yes.
So yeah, I thought because I'm positive that I could reach kilometer 92.
Hmm.
Yeah, so nah, yeah, no negative thoughts.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I think that's so important, eh? Like how we are mentally in a race, yeah, especially 100 milers, because things can pop up in any 100 miler. I think about, I've done 300 milers, and each of them, I've always had like new and different things come up. Like you think you solve one problem, I'm like, oh yeah, I've dealt with that. I won't have that next time, and then you'll get a new problem to deal with. And I think that's something that's I think pretty special actually about the 100-mile distance specifically
I
is that
know.
you just get
There's just
like
a lot
yeah
of things going on.
yeah, and everything happens in slow motion too. It's like yeah, you don't really get like an acute fast injury or something. Everything's like slow motion over a long period of time. Um,
Everything's building up first. Yeah.
yeah, and it's just a matter of like yeah dealing with those problems as they arise.
Yeah, it's not yeah, milers are not just about speed, not just about endurance. A lot of things happen. Like
Yeah,
the weather and like yeah, what you eat, your nutrition.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
because like
sure.
during the day it was so hot, right? And then during the night it rained.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I put on my waterproof jacket. I had to tighten it up in my face here, but the thing is, the rain is so it's pouring, so some of the water are still going inside from my
Oh,
face,
dripping.
going inside. Yeah, going inside. So it's cold.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
and then so the challenge of the second night was the cold and the sleep deprivation because I felt like my eyes would really fall down on their own. I told my pacer, I have to close my eyes right now. So I lie down on the ground beside the trail, not caring of what insects would crawl up on me or if there's any snakes. All I care about is getting some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I lay down there for like 10 minutes, I think, and then we kept moving, and then I also sat by bonfires to keep myself warm and then a bit dry. And then I
Nice.
also I can remember that I sit by the bonfire, holding up my poles like this and leaning up on the poles to get a sleep like that while while getting myself warm.
Oh man, that's so
Yeah, and
cool.
then
Yeah, because I remember seeing a photo of you at one of the aid stations, and you're like asleep, like in looks like a shed or something, and you're just like,
yeah,
I'm
it's
going to
just
sleep, and you're
like
just
a
asleep.
it's just in a cold floor with like a tarpaulin in it.
Yeah.
So yeah. a lot of runners lay down there. I remember when I stood up, one runner asked like if I'm finished laying down there because he wanna lay down there as well.
Yeah, you've got a good spot.
Yeah.
I'm coming in. Hmm.
Yeah, but then at the kilometer 140 at the Malpas aid station, I got my longest sleep there. I told my pacer to let me sleep for 10 minutes, but they didn't wake me up, so it lasted 30 minutes,
Oh,
which
wow. You had
was,
a 30-minute sleep.
yes, at kilometer 140. So it's
Amazing.
almost, yeah. So which was good actually to
Hmm.
get the 30-minute sleep, because when I woke up, I felt all recovered.
Amazing.
Like my tummy settled down, and then I just felt more energetic,
Yes.
aside from having a tender feet.
Yeah.
My feet were starting to get tender from getting wet and sort of stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah,
during
so
the night, in the second night, that you had the 30-minute sleep, or sometime in the wee
yeah,
hours, like
yeah, yeah,
4 in the
that was the
morning or
second
something?
night, because that was the second night. It was already at kilometer 140. So like all just less than 20 k's to the finish line.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
though. 20 Ks can
Then
seem like an eternity, though, right? At that point of the race.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my pacer was like, "Come on, let's get moving. Let's secure your third place," because I was third at that time.
Ah,
Yeah, because like when I held onto the second place, but then I slept for 30 minutes. So the other female passed by and went ahead. So when we were starting to go out of the aid station, the next female was coming, like the
oh,
fourth
whoa.
female.
Oh,
So my pacer was like, "Come on, let's keep moving."
let's
So
get it
we
done.
started, yeah. So we started moving faster. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, a lot faster than the other females. Because right, like when we started climbing the next mountain, I saw the second female up there, and then my pacer was like, "Oh, let's go."
That's so
Yeah, so
cool.
so that's how I got into the second place again. And yeah, and finish 12 minutes behind from the first female.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize you guys were that close.
Yeah, we were just
Amazing.
the yeah, just 12 minutes behind from the first female. Like
It's
I
so
finished
amazing.
38 hours and 52 minutes.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, it
awesome.
was midday and it was so hot already. I can still remember telling my pacer, because like the descents there in the last like few kilometers, 5 kilometers, are just crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so steep, Chris, and like they're cemented road. Then we were like, what were the road engineers thinking making this kind of road? Like even vehicle in
Struggle.
engines would have hard time climbing up this road. And then
Amazing.
we have to go down those roads. Oh, it's so hard in the knees, and my it's just the pads of my feet are just so tender.
Oh, man.
Like every step felt like millions of needles are poking through my feet.
Yeah.
So I told my pacer, "Oh, you just don't know how much pain I am in right now." But
Yes.
yeah, I wanted to finish. I just endured everything because I ran out of painkillers. Like no more Panadol, no more paracetamol. I have nothing else left to take to help rid of the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah, anyway, I still have some energy left to run a wee bit of uphill to the finish line, getting inside the school. The finish line is inside the elementary school, so
Okay, awesome.
yeah, just
Yeah.
to have a really good finish video, you have to run, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Make it look like I've been doing this the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
it's
so,
actually more like a hiking race.
oh, absolutely. A 10,000
Yeah,
meter elevation
I know.
miler is like it's like a hiking race with some running, not the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah, like the hardest part of the race is really from kilometer 92 towards the finish line, because like all of the mountains, all of the climbs got almost the same gradient. It's really steep.
Very steep, yeah.
Yeah, and because of the rain during when we do the downhills, it's very slippery.
Amazing.
Yeah. Like my pacer have to hold me or catch me because I kept on sleeping. And like there's a part there that has landslide where there's the trail is not established, you see, because there's part where there's landslide, so it was very slippery.
So was there
Yeah.
like, was it all, because I remember seeing some photos and you're sort of on ridge lines out in the open. Was it a mixture of like exposed out in the open, or was there some single trail with forest cover or anything like that? What was the sort of
Oh
mix
yeah,
of the trail?
it's a mixture, like up in the mount, that mountain is an open one, but the mountains that we started climbing at like kilometer 100 are like covered mountains. It's not an open one.
Yeah, forest and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
And was there
forest.
much like technical kind of rooty trail or rocky trail, like that kind of way?
Not much. Not the technical thing. The thing that's making the trail technical was just really the rain, making it very slippery.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, they will be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can jump onto, like there was a high downhill. Well, you can jump on it if it's not slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much rocks. It's all right, and then not much roots either. Yeah.
That's good. That helps.
Hmm.
Did so I remember when we were training towards the race, and I was like, "Have you got a pacer?" And you were like, "No, I haven't got a pacer." And I'm like, "I reckon you should get a pacer."
I know.
Yeah. So that worked
Yeah,
out pretty good. Like,
it was a really good decision to get a pacer.
yes,
So I highly recommend anyone who would like to try, if they can find someone, yeah,
yeah,
to
yeah,
get a
definitely
pacer.
for such a
Especially on the second night. It's
yes,
just so helpful to have someone with you, because it's dangerous to have to be alone in the second night with you
mm,
having to, what if you fell asleep and you're in the cliff, and yeah, it's just not safe.
yeah, true, eh?
Yeah.
And your pacer had done the race before, eh?
And no, he hadn't done the race before, but he's quite familiar of the trail.
The area and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's cool.
What other runners did are they went with each other. They find some company.
And work together.
Yeah, yeah. They worked together during the second night.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because like every time me and my pacer arrived at an aid station, like my friends, my closest group of friends in the race are together. Like we arrived there, and then they're still there, and then yeah, they kept together, they moved together. Like I wish I could go with them, but yeah, I was still not feeling well, really. But anyway, I have my pacer with me, so I was just taking my time.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
and the funny thing is, and this is the other funny thing about 100-mile distances, is you still actually finished your race within your sort of time goal range, didn't you, in the end?
Yeah, I know. Like I set a time goal for myself of 36 to 39 hours,
Yeah,
and I just finished 8 minutes before 39 hours.
yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking, I was like, yeah, 36, yeah. And I was thinking it could be 40, 41. So you did awesome.
And then I told myself, oh, if I only didn't get that GI distress thing, I could have been a lot faster.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, anything could happen. That's
Anything,
part of the
yeah.
race.
Totally, totally.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So, oh, hopefully when I do my next miler, I won't get GI distress.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you
Uh,
might have something new to deal with.
no. Oh gosh.
I'm still looking for
There's
my
just new
perfect.
every time.
I'm still looking for my perfect miler.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the next plan is the Tarawera Miler, eh?
Oh yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's
February.
exciting. So yeah, you live in the South Island in New Zealand, in near Christchurch, right?
Mm-hmm. Just 40 minutes out of Christchurch.
Yeah. So plenty of hills.
Plenty.
For yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the good thing about our training, getting the specificity of training for the H1 is where you
Yeah.
live. Was quite handy. You were able to get on some big climbs on the weekends and
There's
stuff.
there's plenty of options here to train for the mountains. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you find in the training that we did? I mean, I guess training for a first 100 miler is not just about the sort of 8 to 12 weeks before it. Obviously, that helps
Yeah.
for the specifics of that race. It's about, the what you've done in that 1 and 2 years prior, also the building up. But what did you find in that sort of 12 to 16 weeks out from the H1 that we did in training that helped you prepare for the H1? Was there anything in particular?
Just the high training load, that, and then I sort of still manage it. Well,
Mm.
like I well, in my part, I really tried to get good recovery.
Mm.
I tried my hardest to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And the back to back runs that we do on the weekends really helped as well. It's
Mm.
it's just 5 hours, but yeah, it's back to back. So like you could, in the next day, the Sunday, like you're running and your body is still under fatigue.
Mm.
So it was a good training, really.
Nice.
And like
Yeah.
the strength training, I think my schedule that time was 3 times going into the gym, eh?
Yeah.
So it was really helpful, the strength training.
Yeah, I think we had like I don't know how many sessions per week in your training. There was some weeks there, I think there was like 12 or 13 prescribed sessions, like not just
Yeah,
run. This was
yeah,
like, run, strength, bike stuff. But yeah, it was a lot of, I think some of your weeks were like 15-hour training weeks, eh? Like all combined
yeah,
with everything.
yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
And they it really helped. Like during the climbs, even if I was not feeling well, my legs are feeling well. It's just like
Mm.
just my tummy is not feeling well, really.
Yeah, yeah.
And just from lack of sleep. But yeah, my legs were doing very, very well. Like no pain. Like I didn't get cramps. I haven't had cramps ever since. I haven't tried, so I don't know
That's
how
cool.
does it feel to get cramps. Yeah. So it was good not to have it, because I thought like, oh, I could possibly get cramps from this race. Like
Mm.
my first ever, but yeah, I was happy it didn't happen.
Yeah. I think for
Yeah,
me,
so
like,
my legs were really in their best condition.
that's cool. I think for me, I
Yeah.
really, admire your approach to prioritizing like recovery and stuff in between the sessions. And I know, like, you even adjusted some things with your work, eh? Like, lightened the load with your work, um,
Yes,
doing a
yes.
little bit less hours in those key sort of few months leading into the
Yeah.
race, and
Yeah,
that was a nice
I
luxury to
grabbed
have.
lesser grabbed lesser shifts and declined some shifts that they asked me to do. I just decline, yeah. And then and just I just bring a lot of food with me in my car. Like my car looks like a pantry.
Yeah,
Like after the gym, I would make myself a protein shake and then eat something, then drive home. Then when I get home, I would eat another another food. So, and then I was like, I weighed myself after our training block before flying to the Philippines, and I apparently lose 2 kilos. I was like, oh really? I've been eating a lot of food. So yeah, that was really from our training, which
that's
is good
amazing.
for me because I was like, oh. losing some weight would help me, right? Because like I would feel lighter. Yeah. Like I lose weight without even trying, and it's
Yeah,
2
yeah, yeah.
kilos. Out of those eating, I did a lot of eating but still lose weight.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like when I am training from milers and yeah, the amount of food and calories I consume compared to like normal at the moment, I'm just doing like bread and butter running, normal, just running, almost recreationally style. Just the difference in what I eat and consume is just ridiculous. It's just crazy. And like
I know.
our food bill noticeably goes up. Like if I'm training for a mile or something, just like so
Yeah.
much extra money, like on just not only food, but just like all the fueling things that we use, like the endurance fuel and the gels and everything, the bars and stuff.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I think you saw my gels, a lot of gels. I brought a lot of gels.
Did you get through them though?
Oh, I used them all. Really,
Are you serious?
I've taken the no, just the one that I budgeted for myself,
Yeah,
because the other gels I've gave them out to my friends, so
nice,
they can try.
cool.
Yeah, it was sort
That's
of
awesome.
my homecoming gifts to my friends as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
I couldn't think of any gifts, and I know they're runners, so might as well give them a thing that they could use.
yeah. Runners like
Yeah,
gels.
yeah.
So cool. Well, congratulations on your awesome run at the H1 for your first 100 miler and
Thank you,
your
Chris.
second place finish. And yeah, look forward to the next one. What are we? So, what are we training for next? What's the goal? You mentioned Tarawera 100 miler, and that's in the summer. That's a wee while away. What's coming up before then?
Oh yeah, so next in the calendar would be the Auckland Marathon. So we'll switch back to road running for the moment,
Yeah,
and set a more ambitious goal again this time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
Like,
like last year's Auckland Marathon, the goal was just to finish a sub 4, right?
yeah,
Yeah, and then I finished like was it 3:52?
yes,
Yeah,
352. Yeah,
and then we're trying to aim now sub 3:40 if
yes.
I
I think
don't
it's a
know.
good goal. I think it's a good goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it realistic now? We'll see.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing, eh? Yeah, we start to accumulate, training and year on year and
Mhm.
that consistency and yeah. I remember
Yeah,
being
and
on
then
I was on the Auckland course last year when I
uh-huh.
saw you running by and in the last 2 kilometers and you were far too happy, too much, lots of smiling. I'm like, this girl can go harder.
Well, yeah, I could tell to myself that I didn't give it my all that time. I was just happy enough to finish under 4 hours. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah. But that's the funny thing with the road marathon, especially, is like just 10 seconds faster per K can give you a miserable day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
so I
that
was kind
accumulated.
of yeah, so I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, yeah. And that was
But
a
yeah,
big PB
apparently our
too.
training has been very well, and then I could have done a little bit faster than that, But yeah, I was still happy.
Who knows, eh? You just don't know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
well, I'll push myself harder next time
I think that's
becoming
like
Auckland.
the thing as we go on our running journey, we sort of we learn like probably from what you've just done in your 100 miler, you tap into these like new places in your mind and your body and in your spirit of like these like depths of despair within a race and overcoming
Oh yeah,
things and
during the hardcore, I really held onto my mantra.
oh yeah, yeah,
like like the bad times doesn't last, so don't give up. So
yeah,
I kept on thinking, oh, this unsettled tummy will be better soon, will be better soon.
Yeah,
Well, it happened. Yeah, it happened.
that's
It
cool.
happened just 20 kilometers away from the finish line. But yeah,
Yeah, that's so cool. And
no,
all those
I
experiences,
didn't entertain thoughts of quitting really,
is so
because
cool.
I work hard. We work hard for this. I flew to the Philippines for this. I gotta have that trophy. We call it
Yeah,
the Anito. The Anito, the black tribal man. It's a carved wood.
yeah, I saw that. It's
Yeah,
pretty
and
cool.
I brought it with me in here in New Zealand. So yeah,
Yeah, that's so cool. And you took him on a trip in Japan too. I remember seeing the
I
photos.
know, right? I took a photo of it with Mount Fuji in the background.
Ah, yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all these experiences that we have in races, of finding these new places, we get to take with us, to next to future races, Make
Yes,
all these
yes.
learned experiences, things we
No, just
overcome.
every race makes you stronger, really. Not just
Yeah,
stronger physically, stronger mentally as well. That's the
mm,
best thing I like about running. It's
yeah,
very good for my mental health.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
then it makes me more stronger to face real life's challenges. You
mm,
know, when we get some problems in the real world, and I was like, then we were like, oh, I've endured other hardships. Why can't I solve this one? So yeah.
yeah, yeah. And like an awesome example too, to family and friends and stuff,
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm. Well, congratulations once again,
Thank
and
you.
look forward to the next one and talk to you soon.
Yes. Yay.
Yay.
Thank you for listening, my friends. I hope you really enjoyed that. I know I did. And Shela is just an amazing human. Her just attitude to her training and just to life and how she carries herself. I just think it's brilliant. And she inspires me in terms of just getting out the door and getting training done and following the plan and trusting the process. Thank you, Shela, for your inspiration to me and to others. So I hope you got a lot out of it. I'll leave the links below for our run club. If you want to support our CMF run club or be a member of our CMF run club, it's just $60 a year. It supports all this content we do. It's New Zealand wide community, some in Aussie as well. Discount codes galore, unlimited training plans, just $60 a year. Jump on that and just hit us up as well if you're interested in looking at some one-on-one coaching to take you to the next level in your running. I'll leave the links below for those anyway. You can check it out. Until next time, catch you later. Thanks for listening.